recently Draymond Green made some comments about him feeling like the best era of basketball was between the time of 2015 and 2019. I'm not sure exactly what he considers an era. Mac brought up a good point about
So
he
he only said
considering it.
4 years as a era? 2015,
I'm a,
2019, 4 years?
I'm assuming that's what he said, but I would like to assume that he may have meant the best run in basketball. You know, the best.
And can we say that's kind of biased? Isn't that when that was his run, right? That was the
Well,
Golden
no,
State
that
run.
was Braun all them 16, 17, 18.
So that's the
No,
Bron Golden State
Golden
series.
State Cyrus rivalry, basically. So he was having fun winning. That's biased. You're right.
Yeah,
That's biased
basically,
because
that's all.
yeah, when you started
That's
losing
basically
basketball,
all I'm hearing. Shit.
when you started losing basketball, it wasn't fun anymore. That's basically what he's
That's
saying.
basically all I just got out of that.
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying. Like
Because
the
look,
best.
that's literally like it was getting, but the NBA was kind of getting like monotonous because we knew at the end of the year we was gonna get Golden State
Braun,
and
the
the Cavs
Cavaliers.
and the
Yep.
Cavaliers. That's all we knew we were gonna get. They were just adding pieces. It was literally like, it literally was like, let me see how I could put it. It was like a war, but you were just adding a new character. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, basically like that. You were just adding a new character. Or it was like if you remember the game, Def Jam Fight for New York, and you had
Yeah.
Mob versus Crow, and they was literally just adding new people
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
every year. They was just had one moment we
That
had KD come to the picture, then we had got that Kyrie and Kevin Love come to the picture. You know what I'm saying?
just seeing
So
who could strengthen their team.
exactly.
Just
Stop
seeing who
it.
could strengthen
Stop
their
it,
team.
Draymond Green. I
Yeah.
don't like that. I don't like
Yeah, I
that.
don't like I don't like it either, especially considering you calling a 4 or 5 year span a 5 year span
That's not it.
an error. That's not an error, bro. That's not an error. That's not an error. And like I said, I think he might have used the wrong words because that sounds more like Mike said, that sounds more like a run to me. That sounds more as like your favorite years of basketball, the time in
Right,
basketball you had the most fun.
right. Because like okay, like an era, right? You like if you want to break it down, it's like makes you like okay, you had the Magic and Bird era, right? You had the Magic and Bird. Then Jordan came. You had the Jordan era, right? Then after
Yeah.
that, after the Jordan era, then we get into the the night. Well, I guess you could say that '96 era because a lot of people just came out of that era. You had Kobe Bryant, you had Jason Kidd, which I call that era myself, the NBA on NBC series era. Now that to me, if we're gonna talk about that, that was the best era because you had some of the best ballers in that era. And then after that, then you get the 2003 era that I call, which is like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, D Wade, and then after that, you could say I could guess you could give it to the I don't want to say it's the Golden State era, but it's the 3-point era. That's I guess you could put it like that. And that's what the era that goddamn Draymond Green loved. Which
Yeah,
he
yeah.
also said is the most boring. So I don't know what he talking about.
Because I'm telling you, bro, it was fun. It was fun. It's fun when it always fun when the rabbit got the gun. It always fun with what you think, Des.
4 years, 4 years in no damn era.
Yeah, that's not an error, bro.
Yeah, nah, I mean, y'all said it all, man. Like, I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. If you trying to compare errors based off of that, like off the 10 year swing, I mean, when it comes to favoritism, I think you should honestly, put side to side what you would rather have. If you rather physicality with less talent, I think you would go at the obviously the older age, the older era. But if you want to go towards, I mean, we obviously got more talent in the league nowadays. So if you want to go towards the evolution of basketball, like the actual where there's more talent, then I would say go with the higher up errors. But
Right.
that's my spill on it.
So I think basketball is a very, very, very it's always transcending. Basketball to me is never ever to me now. and that doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It's the truth to me. I feel like basketball is always transcendent, trying to find new ways to make the game better. Versus football, it's not for football. It's not the same because football could have been played the same as the 80s, the 90s, and now what it is now. We football fans love football no matter what. So they don't really have to do much to reinvent football. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good to see like more talented players now and all that is was in third, but it don't matter if it's 12-6, man. It's been a running game and defense, it's been a defensive game. If it's your team, you're gonna watch them and you're gonna love it. Versus with basketball, now it's come to a point where almost like if you ain't shooting threes or if your offense ain't high pace, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? If the game ain't 140 to, the game ain't 120, 120, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it has got to the point where they have to continue to keep finding ways to make basketball to make basketball better. So with
See,
that being said, go ahead. Des.
that's why I kind of disagree, but I'll let you finish though.
So, yeah, I want to hear what you guys say about that. So I say that to say you got the era of basketball now, and then you got the era of basketball between the 90s up until the 2000s. And then you got from now to the 2010s, and then it is 2020 now. So it's we almost in I'm about to be 30, so I know I've got a good 20 years of basketball. Maybe not 20 years of basketball knowledge, but just living in basketball, I got about 20 years. So I say maybe 14, 15 years. And I like basketball more when there was less threes being shot, big men were being big men, guards were being guards,
NBA
and
ABC.
NBA, oh, exactly. And the game, it seemed the game was more appreciated then. I think the appreciation of basketball it's been lost since there's 20 these 20, I want to say like after, you know what? After the Cavs and the Warriors made their final run.
Yeah.
I think basketball, the appreciation for basketball for me lessened because I don't like seeing big men not play big. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to see guard. I do like to see what the guards are doing, but I feel like now they're a little more overvalued versus being point guards and being leaders and being the guy that you usually the point guard is the guy who leads the team and who XYZ in the third, and he's the guy who orchestrates the offense. Now we get to see forwards do that. You know what I'm saying? We seeing power forwards bring the ball up the court. We seeing centers sometimes bring the ball up the court. That I like basketball when it was more structured. It just seems a whole lot. It seems a little out of place now, or it just seems all over the place. Go ahead, Des.
So the point of my statement, you kind of said both. Like you going back to what you were saying, you said it's exciting and entertaining to you when you see teams putting up, 120, 140.
No, I
But
didn't
I
say that.
feel
I didn't say it was
that what
exciting to me. No. I
you
said
said that you said that's a game you would rather see. You
no.
would rather see teams.
I said
Go
people.
ahead.
I said people would rather see that. I never
I
said
just
me.
Okay, well I'm saying from my perspective, I don't want to see that only because with add on to what you kind of said, like I don't feel like basketball's being played the way it should be played. Like you're not seeing the big men posting up down low. You're not seeing, people really thinking and trying to analyze, what's going on, how they can do this, how they can do that. You see more so people just freestyling, shooting threes, and doing this, doing that. So I say that to say, man, like the NBA is losing numbers. Like even me as a fan, me being a fan of the NBA, like I'm not excited about the NBA no more. I haven't been excited about this season at all, truth be told. Like I really haven't. Okay,
Right.
OKC is doing really good, but it's like it's like it's just basketball is just not the same. It's not as fun as it used to be, with us growing up and actually watching the game. You know, I say people are more talented, but you're not seeing much of a basketball type of IQ going on in the games nowadays. People are more so using their talent to try to elevate their play, which is fine. But I'm just saying, if this keeps going on, you know what I mean? I don't know where the game is going to shape up. I just feel like the NBA is definitely taking a downturn right now as far as the All-Star game, as far as how the game is being played overall. You know what I mean? I just don't really care for it like that. But entertainment, again, like I said, so,
Right. That's what I was saying about because the part you're referring to me is about when I said that basketball is always trying to progress. Like they're always transcending, like no matter what, they're always trying to go up. So they always trying to find new ways to reinvent the game. That's where I came in. I said the 120 thing, like it's boring unless you're seeing that. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it's not that way because we grew up watching basketball differently. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So what we see now, it's starting to feel, and it may be different for me, but it's starting to feel like it used to. I used to look at basketball and be excited for the season coming. Now
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking at basketball as a filler. It's just like, man, you know what?
yeah,
It's gonna get me by.
1000%,
It's gonna get
1000%.
me by. I just need this. I just need it to get me through, and then I can just go and it'll put me right on the brink of the off season, and then and all that and everything just
Well,
building up to football season. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I just
definitely,
need basketball to get me through because guess what?
definitely.
The draft's coming up. Free agency about to start this month, so we're about to get all the exciting football stuff, all of the off season exciting football stuff. We get to get into that versus having to go through what we seeing in basketball.
Right.
That's a fact. And they need to bring back, I feel like, to another thing that I know a lot of people say the threes have really messed the game up, like shooting the three ball and all that. But it's like, I feel like overall, they need to bring back the physicality of the game, like the little touch fouls, and
That's
you
gone.
can't really do much of that no more. Where back in the day, people getting hacked, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, that era is gone. But I just feel like that was just an overall more, I feel like to me, entertaining, exciting era than, seeing what we seeing now. It's just more soft. The league has just gotten soft. That's the best way to put it. You know
Exactly.
what I
You know what?
mean?
And think about it, bro. And just think about it. I know you played. I know you played for real. Like
Hmm.
that was your thing. But for
Hmm.
me and Mook, some guys who used to get out in the backyard or go to the park and play and different things like that. It used to be
Hmm.
physical there. Like we used to play
Yeah.
physical there. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to the park, you play physical at the park. So like it's like damn, like guys who granted we don't get paid to do it, so we don't know what they're thinking now, but guys who don't get paid to do it, guys who have fun, just enjoy playing basketball, play more physical than the guys who we watching on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like I can think back to dozens of times when I was when I was playing basketball and doing whatever I was doing, how we would how me and the fellas we get physical and go back and forth and stuff like that. Like dang, like that's all the way out the game now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even when a little bit of physicality happens, the refs gonna get in between it. Just it's different. You got anything else on the go?
No, that's it. That's all I got.